Sustained innovation is important to firms because the world is changing. The nature of customers' needs and preferences is constantly in flux. Competition is changing. You get competition not only from other firms in your sector, but possibly from other sectors, from other parts of the world. And technology is changing. So in order to keep up with these trends, it's very important for firms to be able to not just innovate once, but to be able to do it again and again. There are three ways that organizations can increase the likelihood of their products or services being dominant. First, by understanding the market, and in a sense, working back from the market. So being deeply immersed in the customer groups that they're targeting, really understanding the needs that the customer groups have, how these needs are currently unmet or not met to their satisfaction, understanding the context in which the customers use or buy the product. So first they need to understand the market. Then they need to understand technology and competition. What are the options available to customers? What are the options available to the firm to deliver a solution, a better solution? So they really need to be able to understand the options and technology. And third, they need to understand their own organization, how the organization functions, how the organization is able to respond to the market using new technologies, how the organization develops functional expertise, but also manages to work together to deliver a solution to the customer. Few firms are successful at harnessing innovation successfully because, frankly, it's difficult to do. It's difficult to do once, to get it right even the first time. But ironically, it's even harder to do it again and again and again. It's particularly hard for a company that has been successful with an innovation once to innovate again and then do it again. And it's almost as if success sows the seeds of failure. Companies that became dominant around one technology or one great idea at a point in time, take Kodak for instance, failed to repeat the trick. And it's often their success with their original idea, in Kodak's case, photographic film, that made it hard for them to adjust to a world of digital photography. The irony in Kodak's case is that they actually invented the digital camera and had a patent on it as early as the early 70s, but spent something like 2 decades, if not more, trying to figure out how they would commercially exploit digital photography in light of the fact that they had established worldwide dominance in a photographic film business, which had a very different business model, where they were making money from the film and not from selling the cameras. So sustained innovation is hard to do, and it's particularly hard to do, ironically, for companies that got it right once. So the program Managing Innovation Strategically offers several things to delegates. First, it's very much about what is innovation. What is this beast called innovation? It's an often used word, but we try to get more specific, talking about the different types of innovation and giving lots of examples. Then we get into the nature of the challenge. Why is it so hard for companies to innovate once and then to do it again and again, despite the fact that everybody wants to be innovative? Very few are. So we get into the challenges that organizations face in trying to be innovative. Then we try to get into solutions that companies find to this challenge. And we look particularly at a culture of innovation. What does that consist of? What are some of the attitudes and practices that companies that are very good at innovation and are constantly able to sustain their innovation do? We look also at the role that leaders in organizations play in creating such a culture of innovation. We also do a lot on customers and how customers can help with the innovation process, how you can engage with customers, and how you can do so-called open innovation, where we don't just do in-house innovation, but do it in partnership with others, other stakeholders, customers, suppliers, universities, and so on. We also have a bit on innovation in emerging economies and in the international context, including how you can increase the rate of adoption of innovations. So we cover a wide range of things in this short 2-day period. The program is for people in any kind of organization, not necessarily from the private sector, not necessarily from large firms. They may be from corporations or startups. They could be from the government or from the not-for-profit sector. Any organization that needs to keep up with changes and needs to innovate. We look at people who are at different levels in the organization from different functional groups. The great thing about innovation is that it cuts across functions. Sometimes people in marketing are involved in innovation, sometimes people in R&D, sometimes people in operations. Different parts of the organization need to look at innovation, including HR. So really our program is for a wide range of delegates.